Good morning, YouTubers. Tsquare here with Tsquare Talk. I say good morning because I don't often go live at this time of the day. However, it is Sunday. I'm kind of chilling this weekend. Some of y'all know that. And so I figured, you know what, I'm going to do more live streams. And this morning when I got up, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a live stream today. And that way kind of people that don't usually catch me live late at night, maybe this is their opportunity. So I thought it would be kind of cool to just do a live stream at this time, kind of talk to people that watch the channel a lot and maybe have questions that maybe they've written them in comments, maybe they haven't, but this will give them a good idea, a good opportunity to kind of see how I'm thinking and get to say what you're thinking with what's going on with precious metals. There may not be a lot of people on because I generally don't come on at all this time. I only see 2 people viewing right now. But this, hey, if you got a question, go ahead and ask it. Let me know your thoughts. Silver will be opening up this evening in overnight trading. I'm super excited to see how the markets do. Personally, I think silver is still looking awesome. I know a lot of people will say, oh no, silver's too high now. It was undervalued at 15, but it's overvalued at 50 or 60. Personally, I don't think that. I think we have been manipulating the silver markets for just too long. And so I expect that naturally this is going to have a spring. And I don't think we've seen the spring yet. I think we've seen the gradual climb. The smart money. Someone just subscribed, I think, or something. Let's see. Someone just became... Oh, there was my chat. I hadn't seen my chat come up yet. So I was wondering what was going on. I was like, man, there ain't nobody in the room watching? That's kind of coincidental, a little weird. What is up, Conrad? We got Conrad in the house. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. We got JC Stacking in the house. How's it going, JC? We got Scott McNeil, member for 15 months. It's a good morning with tea and some coffee. Yes, I appreciate that. I almost put a video up. I almost made a video last night and put it up this morning, but then I was like, I should just go live in the morning and see what happens. See if anybody's on, really. Hopefully we get a bit of a dip. I'm ready to make a purchase, Steve said. Yeah, there's a possibility. I think this week we will see, over the course of the week, at one day, I think we will see a nice little pullback. But a nice little pullback only means $1.50, maybe $2. That's what I think. And I think it will be fast, short-lived. We're sitting right now at 58 and a quarter. I think the markets could open up, push us up to 59 in the night, and then all of a sudden start working its way back down, maybe 56. And then all of a sudden, once the Fed meeting is over, they give their announcement to cut rates. That's it. We're going to climb even higher. We'll push into the 60s, and we might have a few dips into the 60s again here and there, but I think from there it's going to be moving higher. I think people are starting to realize that the economy, they can't hide it anymore. I see we got John in the room. What is up, John? JC, I'm on the clock listening. It's a good morning. Thank you. Yes, it is a good morning. Morning tea and fellow stackers. What are we talking about? So we're just kind of talking about how the market's going to go. You're going to tell us what we're talking about. Anybody watching that has a question, wants to put in an opinion, go ahead and ask. That's what we're talking about today. If I can talk about it, we'll see. It all depends what the comment is. So who knows? That's so strange when I see, though. I got to say, Scott, when I see those pop up, I don't really know what that is. Oh, I got a question, too. This is a question for you guys. Somebody left me a comment last night and said inflation must be getting to the channel. It's $3.99 to become a member. Please let me know. Is the membership $1.99, $2.99? I'm sorry. I think he said $2.99. Is it $1.99 or $2.99? I thought the membership had me down. I thought YouTube had me set up at $1.99 for a fan base, $4.99 for a super fan, and $9.99 for an obsessed fan level. And each of those have different benefits and stuff. So, but let me know what you see or what you okay if you want to say. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know who is what fan level, but I don't know what. I always thought that's what they were charging. $199. Okay, good. Scott McNeil, $199. Good. That's good to hear. I don't know why someone said it said $299. I was like, what? It shouldn't be. I was like, is YouTube like trying to pull a fast one on me? Reading through the comments again. Let's see where we were. I'm here for another lecture on precious metals, money, and strategies of wealth building and preservation. That is so funny. So I'll tell you the backstory of that comment here in just a minute, Morning Fellows. Okay, so the backstory is I was talking to Conrad last night, and I was like, it's kind of hard, nowadays, like dating and stuff. You know, what do you tell? I can't exactly go on a date, and the question of what do you do always comes up. Doesn't matter. The easy answer, retired military. But I hate that answer because it just makes me sound old. And let's see here. Sent one Tsquare Talk membership. P. Lowe. So P. Lowe gifted a membership to one random commenter. And Robert, it looks like Robert received a gift of one membership from P. Lowe. So thank you so much, Pilo. And Robert's been commenting, so I see his comments a lot. So I will say when I see people's comments, I always like it when they either try a membership out or gets gifted one. Because I have seen before that people have gifted a membership, but I didn't know how it works. And I still really don't 100% know how it works. So congratulations, Robert, for getting lucky and getting that membership. Pilo, thank you so much for gifting someone a membership. I think that's super awesome of you. And hopefully Robert's still in the room. I don't even know if he is. He probably don't even know what just happened. Because I know when it happened to me, I didn't know what just happened. All of a sudden, my name just lit up in a different color, and that was it when I had someone gift me one. Thank you so much, Pilo. Okay, so he did see it. So back to the dating thing. So, yeah, it's so hard to go out on a date now, because if you go out on a date in the evening and they ask what you do, I certainly don't want to say retired military because I sound old, and then I don't want to say YouTube because it just sounds horrible. And then Conrad messaged me and said, you know what you need to say? You need to say you do international lectures on precious metals, money, strategies of wealth building and preservation. And I was like, oh my word, I'm going to so memorize that line. That just sounds awesome. And it is not really a lie. That is what I do. And it's international because, I mean, if you guys want, comment where in the world you are. I know Robert is in the UK right now. There's people all over the world that actually watch these videos. So it is kind of exciting and fun to see people from all over that are watching. And that's kind of why I wanted to do the live stream this morning, because I don't often do them in the morning. So good evening from the UK, everyone. What day is the Fed meeting? I want to say it is on the 8th, 9th, and the 10th. I think the 9th is the day they will do the actual cuts. The official main meeting that everybody is tuned into is usually on Monday and Tuesday. Some backdoor meetings happen on Wednesday, but by Tuesday night, they've already established if they're going to cut interest rates or not. And it's usually announced right after the markets close on Tuesday nights. So that's why I think we could see a little bit of a dip earlier in the week if we're lucky. Definitely want to keep your eyes open. If you order online, find your metal dealer that you like, and then kind of get planned out on what you're going to buy as soon as it comes up. Keep a sharp eye on that stuff. We could see the dip happen quick, and that could be it. So I hope it lasts. I hope it starts dipping hard. I would love to see a hard dip tonight on Sunday night, and then see it continue dipping Monday, Tuesday. That would be the perfect scenario in my opinion. And then maybe even a little bit more on Wednesday, but then just Wednesday night just turn around, Thursday morning just go crazy, Friday be over where we are now and even higher, but we'll see how that's going to all play out. Hello everybody, hope you're having a great night. Sober Stacker, Scott McNeil, $199, Steven $199, Lowest tier membership. Yes, that's what I was getting at. Somebody said that there is no 199 option. It's either 299, 499, or 999. And I was like, what? Let's see here. It's 3 9's fine. Yep. Pick up that stuff. 3 9's. Oh, 999. I never thought of that. 999. You're 999 fine. Hello, Robert. Okay, so we just did those. Congratulations to Robert for getting a gifted membership. That's super awesome. Robert saying thank you. Morning tea, Reckless Collections. Hope you're having a great morning. Pilo, trying to help out to your goal, but I super appreciate it. And here's the thing. If we get to 100 memberships sometime this month before the end of the year, we are going to do a phenomenal event. I'm actually probably going to put a video up this evening. My video this evening will probably be what the whole deal is, what the prizes will be for the month, and I think it will be a lot of fun. Let's see. No problem, Robert. Let's see, Conrad. I forgot to say another international lecture. Yes. I only memorize it because I'm waiting. Next time someone asks me, I literally get asked what I do a lot of the time. A lot of people are always asking me that, when I'm talking to people. Well, clearly you don't do this for a living. So what do you do for a living? No, you pretty much guessed it. This is about what I do for a living. It's something I enjoy, and my retired military helps me out too. Let's see. What date is the upcoming Fed meeting? The 8th, 9th, and 10th. Will we be making a purchase tomorrow? I'm probably going to, if the right deal comes up. I'm actually going to look at someone's stuff. He has a whole bunch of older sterling silver items that he wants to sell. We're talking little stamps and stuff and state bars and all these little different types of things that someone's been sitting on probably for a long time collecting, and then kids inherit and now kids sell, and they don't understand. But I mean, there's people, it's kind of funny because I instantly, as soon as I said and then kids inherit and they sell, the name that I just got to, the next comment was good afternoon everybody, and Mr. Happy Stacker is a prime example of partially on that situation. Mr. Happy Stacker actually reached out to me wanting to sell his inheritance stack. And every time I think of that situation, I kind of smile because now he is a hardcore stacker. And when he reached out to me, silver was only $23. This was last year. He's only been in it for 1 year, and he's seen essentially it just double in value. And now I think he clearly understands why his dad was a stacker, even though, unfortunately, a lot of parents don't share that with their kids, for whatever reason. They just don't bring it up. A lot of people don't bring up money. I'll be honest, my dad was not one that talked to me about money, never really talked to me about any of that stuff. So it is what it is. But luckily, I'm happy that I met Happy Stacker because it's a good... kind of a good story for me, and I think it lucked out for him, because if he had gone to the wrong person would have said, yeah, it's worth 23, but it could go back down to 15. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 20 for it an ounce. And anybody that knows anything would have loved to have picked that up. And next year, here's the thing. If I'm correct, it's been a little while since I've talked offline to Happy Stacker, but I think he is in one of the states that is going to start taxing precious metals next year. And if that's correct, he is going to drastically see the value of his stack go up, I believe, in my personal opinion, because people are going to want to buy essentially outside of the mainstream system. But it really doesn't matter because I don't think he's selling it, but it definitely feels good knowing that something you have is worth even more. JC Stacker, member for 15 months. Tsquare, I can't even pronounce that. Casanova Stacker, I think is how you say it. Casanova Stacker. Yeah, it's definitely fun. I love stacking. I really do. Maybe Tuesday, someone said, for the meeting. Let's see. The Happy Stacker. Pilo, hey, buddy. Congrats, Robert. Sober Stacker said. And that's why it's important just to drop a comment once in a while, even if it's, hey, so-and-so, how you doing? Because free memberships do get dropped periodically by people. And it's cool because when it happens, it actually says, a message pops up, Pilo donated 1 membership, and then underneath it, it says who actually won it. So that's pretty cool. He gets to try it out. And really, it's a good month to try it out all the way around, because if you end up becoming a member this month, if we hit 100 memberships, we're going to do something super awesome with some cool prizes. And on top of that, the video will be up later today, I hope. If everything goes well this evening, it will be up. And then on top of that, it gives him an opportunity to kind of try it out. Let's see, Stephen Newberry. I've been a member since the first podcast. Not sure how many months. So yeah, it says 15 months. So a little over a year and a half. That I'm not sure. If you changed credit cards, I hate to say this, if you changed credit cards and there was like a gap, you actually lose a little bit of time in the gap, depending on how that plays out. But 15 months, that's still a lot. Anybody that's been a member for over a year is really been a member for a while. And I know you've been watching the channel for a long time. I guess the easy question would be, when I started my memberships, I started it during a Super Bowl. So my first events were Super Bowl, and was it Super Bowl? I remember the big Super Bowl event, but a lot of people didn't like the very first one because you had to pick teams. But if you picked the teams and you were the top picker, you could win an ounce of silver. However, some people were, well, I shouldn't say some, a lot of us, unfortunately, were horrible at picking. I mean, we were running, some of us top pickers were picking 50-50, 50% wins, 50% loses, and that's without spreads. I mean, you could have the best team playing the worst team, and there were people that took the worst team. So anybody that was a football fan or really knew football was really hitting it home runs on that. But it was fun, and I was involved. But I'll be honest, I took all my picks. I'll tell you this now because I don't hardcore follow football. All my picks were, I would go to Las Vegas bets. I would check who the favorite team is, and that's the team I picked the whole way down. If Patriots are supposed to beat the Cowboys, I would pick the Patriots. If Cowboys are supposed to beat Tampa Bay, I would pick Cowboys. Whoever they said was the favorite, because I didn't do point spreads. There were no like, oh, you have to take a -7 or any of that. So some people were just, could have done really well. I was one of the top pickers, wasn't the top, and I was just using the odds essentially. Let's see here. So yeah, I've been stacking. Okay, so we read that one. JC Stacking, way to go, bro. Yeah, he's been on here a long time. Silverback Stacker, what is up, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. Hey T, didn't know you were live. That I was listening to a pre-recorded. Oh wow, you were listening to a pre-recorded while I was live. That's cool. It was probably the last night one, because I've started doing multiple live streams randomly throughout the week. Today was not supposed to be a day that I was going to do anything, but if I was just sitting here, I said, you know what, there are people in other countries that may not get to catch my streams because of the time that comes up for them. So I said, you know what, I'm going to go live, and hopefully we'll gain a couple new memberships. Hopefully we'll gain some new subscribers. Right now I'm showing 25 viewers. That's what I'm seeing. We picked up one new membership. Pilo gifted a random person a membership, so that was pretty cool. Let's see, 21 people and 11 likes. Smash that like button, people. Sober Stacker. Yes, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. A lot of people miss it. It's easy to miss, so definitely hit that thumbs up. Scrolling down through. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah, people miss it. It happens. I forget a lot of the time when I watch people's videos. I just not thinking about it really. Let's see. You're good at keeping a conversation going through, so it fits with the YouTube. I hope you end up with a play button plaque. Oh my word, that is my goal someday. Unfortunately, I'll be honest. I use a YouTube tracker. You can pull it up online, and it will track every channel, and it predicts that I will get a play button in 67 years at the rate I'm going. Now, unfortunately, I say I'm not like old, but I am getting up there a little bit. I'll be 50 in a few years, and so I looked at that. I'm like, 67 years. I ain't never gonna get it, but they are tracking it off of like a slow climb. They're tracking it at how long it's taken you to get this far. And it literally took me 9 years to get to 15K. So if it's 15K every 8 or 9 years from here out, well, I still need, unfortunately, 6, 7 times 8, and boom, yeah, it puts me pretty much way out. I won't be around by then. It'd be cool to get it, hold it. By then, I'll probably be too old to even open it. Hopefully, I'm not too old to talk, but we'll see. Let's see. Stack that expensive shiny. Yes, definitely stack it while you can. I wouldn't even consider it expensive right now. Stack it while you can while it's cheap. Down the road, it's going to get a whole lot more expensive. Let's see, Steven. The short about the lobster rolls got me craving lobster rolls. Yes, I will be honest. So the other night, my son wanted to go to a movie. So I said, yeah, I'll go with you. And I didn't realize it was a 4-hour-long movie. So I went the whole day and didn't eat nothing. And then after, except for the large popcorn smothered in butter, and I think it kind of made me sick. He said, yes, butter can give you a headache. That's what my son was telling me. Then after that, we got out of there, and he wanted to go stop at one of his favorite. JC Stackin sent 1 Tsquare Talk membership to a lucky person, and the lucky person was Ken. Ken Zoe, I think is how you pronounce that. Ken Zoe, congratulations hitting that free monthly membership. And it's never been a better time to become a member, because December, we got an awesome event coming up. The video will probably go up later this evening. And there is, it's just for members, that event, the big prize event. So pretty cool there. Thank you so much, JC Stackin. We got one more membership. We're trying to hit the 100 members. So the odds are super awesome. If you become a member, I mean, think about it. You will have a 1 in 100 chance to win a phenomenal prize. Whereas some channels, I mean, if they've got thousands of members, it's a little tougher to win. I mean, I got lucky one day and there was like 5,000 people on the channel watching, and I ended up getting in and I won a amazing prize. So I was super excited. But that just goes to show that you got luck on your side, Ken. So definitely congratulations, Ken. I'm trying to see, because I've been wondering something. I've been wondering if someone watching and maybe can't comment or not comment can still get a membership. And I'm thinking, because I don't see a comment yet from Ken, Ken was one of them people that is kind of watching and lurking. I'll be honest, I do that a lot of the time. I will watch some of the channels and I won't say anything. Because maybe if they're a smaller channel than me, I don't want to necessarily... I don't want to say steal the spotlight, but, I'll see other people that follow the channel, and all of a sudden everybody will be talking to me, and I was like, that's not what that's supposed to do. So who knows? Maybe Ken is a huge channel. I don't know. Ken, congratulations. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, the lobster rolls. So right after the movies, we ended up going to his favorite resale clothing shop. He wanted to sell some antique clothing, some vintage clothing to a friend of his. And so I was just stuck there in the city, and I was like, what do I do? I saw some guy walk by me with a plate of food in like a bar district, and I was like, man, that looks, where'd you get that? He goes, oh, like 2 blocks down, there's a whole like 50 or 60 food trucks. And I said, what? And then I told my son, I said, I'm going to shoot down there, walk down there, found the lobster rolls, and stood around and waited for someone to get one. A lot of people don't want to spend $20 on a lobster roll, but they were good lobster rolls. And if you like lobster now, it put me in the mood to want to go and order some. I'm probably going to have to order offline because it's hard to find real lobster meat at grocery stores now, especially frozen. Well, especially fresh, but you can find frozen. Let's see. So that was the deal with the lobster roll. Let's see here. Excuse me. Don't know what else to say. Sorry. Rings true, though. Albert, yeah. It's true. Stack it while you can. It is expensive for a lot of people. But here's the thing. Here's why it's expensive, I think. Because a lot of people that are watching this channel have been stacking for a while. I mean, if I were to ask you when you started stacking, how much was silver when you started stacking, Albert? I started stacking at 20, but I heavily stacked at 15. And now I look at it at 60 almost, and I'm like, darn, it is expensive. I need to do a video this week on some tips and tricks so you can get it. Somebody commented on a previous video, how do you get your silver at spot? That is crazy. And there is a few tricks with that I use to get my stuff a lot at spot. But the area you're in is going to make a big difference. If you're in the city, well, then there's a lot of opportunity. If you are in the country where there are no stores, no businesses, no pawn shops, jewelry stores, then yeah, you're going to have a hard time getting stuff at spot because you have to order online a lot of the time. Let's see. I'll hit my 1-year membership mark when my payment is due for this month. Nice. Congratulations. That is awesome. Although you have a gold star right now, so I think maybe gold is not the 1 year. Maybe it's red. It might be the reddish one. Let's see. I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. Are we already in the Super Bowl? We don't even know yet. Yeah, I don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I don't even know where we stand on football right now. I couldn't even tell you if the Super Bowl, I think the Super Bowl's in February. I will probably buy one of my friends, he sells numbers for the game, so I'll probably pick up a number or two, but it's just random. I mean, anything can happen. Thanks, T. I am no longer a youngling. Now I am Padawan. Next Jedi. Laughing my ass off. Yeah. You've came a long way, Happy Stacker. You understand it now. You've put a lot of time and research into what's going on. You've done very well. You have a really nice stack. Super lucky. Like I said, I mean, so many people. I could never strip someone's stack from them like that, but I actually know people that have. And then I've ended up buying it secondhand. I mean, I've seen kids inherit stacks and they take it to somebody and somebody's like, well, it can go either way. I mean, here we are at 58. It's an all-time high. I'm scared to buy silver right now at that, but I'll tell you what, I'll give you $50 an ounce and I'll take it all off your hands. Really? That's higher than the pawn shop said. Well, yeah, I'm trying to take care of you. And after that, that's it. Then that person might reach out to me or I might reach out to that person. I've got a few people now that I deal with like that now that I have picked up a few tricks up my sleeve, and so I'll reach out to them or they'll reach out to me when I have extra money. And then if I pick something up like right now at 55, I mean, I just picked up a bunch of ounces the other day at 56, I think. Might have even been a couple at 55, but they weren't anything super good looking for 55. Keep in mind, though, silver was at 57 and a quarter, so it was only like $2 under spot. But I was willing to get a bunch of stuff, so it makes a difference. Let's see. I like the live streams. Definitely didn't expect you on today. A pleasant surprise. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to try to start doing more lives this month and see somebody. So here's the thing. So New Marshall in town, he's a friend of mine. He's also a member of the channel. He used to always tell me, you need to do more live streams. I don't like doing live streams. Anything can happen in a live stream. If I slip up and say the wrong thing, people take offense to it. If I do the wrong thing, I had one person cancel their membership last week because I missed his comment. And he even told me in the comments, and that was his last comment, and then he got off. Anything can go wrong in a live stream, and so people take offense to stuff. I say something the wrong way. One day, one subscriber that was in the comments made a couple of jokes, and I mean, I chuckled. I ain't gonna lie. I even played along a little, and someone took offense to that. Not enough to cancel, but enough to say, let's keep it professional. And so I understand anything can happen in a live stream. Let's see. If I set up a subscription, does the membership deduct from my bank account every month by automatic, or do I renew it at my own discretion? I believe it takes it from you every month. Somebody else would have to probably answer that question, but I'm pretty confident it auto hits you the $1.99 every month from whatever you set it up. What some people do, and I've seen this done, is they get one of those prepaid. They want to get a membership, and they just say, hey, I'm going to go buy a $50 prepaid card or whatever. They set it up, the membership, and then they know, okay, the most I'm going to lose is $50. But I also seen just last month, someone, I don't know if he's still in the room, had won a ounce of silver on their brand new membership. So pretty cool there. Became a member and instantly won. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. If I set up so that's the deal with that. Good morning, T. JC Stacker donated a membership. Ken's won the membership. Congratulations, Ken. I don't think Ken is in the room, unfortunately, anymore. But he could be. Sometimes people are watching from a device that they can't comment. Let's get that play button going. I'm hoping. It may have taken you 10 years to get to 15K, but you gained like 3 or 4K in the past year. So it is starting to pick up. I don't know if you realize that or not. I would have to go back and look at my giveaways. When I first started, I was doing giveaways all the time. I mean, if you type in Tsquare Talk giveaway, you're going to find, I mean, one giveaway, I was giving away 2 gold coins and probably had options of like 20 or 30 different silver prizes. One evening, we gave away like 12 ounces of silver. I've done a lot of giveaways. The giveaways don't always have the effect that I want. However, back then, silver was cheap. It's hard to give away 10, 20 ounces of silver nowadays with silver as high as it is. Let's see. But yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm curious if it has been growing more rapidly lately now. Let's see. I don't want to miss that comment. Hey, what's up, Christian? Hope you're having a great day. Pilo, congrats, Ken. Congrats, Ken. Congrats, Ken. Scott McNeil, Happy Stacker, and Pilo all saying congrats, Ken. Yes, it is just randomly gives the subscription membership. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured you don't really get to pick. It's just, but I wish they would give it to somebody that's commenting. But I don't know. I can't really say that either because, you know, it's hard to know when someone just pops in and says and just watches for a second. Because how many of y'all have ever been looking at shorts? And then you start looking at lives and you're just scrolling through. And I mean, I'm just scrolling through. There's some that I just popped into. Someone just subscribed. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. I can't thank you enough. Welcome to the party, pal. Some of y'all know what that clip's from. But yeah, I mean, I would scroll through, and I was scrolling through Filipino channels one day. And someone happened to donate a membership, and it went to me, and I'd only been on the channel one day. Let's see. Yes, it just randomly gives it. Let's see. They don't even have to be in the live stream to get it. No, they have to be in the live stream. I'm 100% sure of that. But they don't have to be talking, and they could just be passing through for a quick second. like I scroll through a lot of channels. Let's see. I paid $20 for a good lobster roll any day of the week. Yes, I would too, and that's why I did. It came out all together. It came out to I told him, I said, look, he goes, are you paying cash? I said, no, I was pulling out a credit card, but if I'm getting a deal, I'll pay cash. I said, I only pay cash if there's a discount. He goes, yeah, I can knock off a few dollars. So I was like, okay. And I ended up getting a couple of them. So Scott McNeil saying $22 here. JC saying $29 there. I can tell you I have not seen any real lobster rolls. And I specifically asked him before I bought it, is it real lobster roll or is it artificial crab roll? For $22, I don't want artificial. Let's see, a little over 2 years ago, Scott McNeil. Yeah, I don't see lobster that often. Reckless Collection, was it cheaper back then, or did the dollar have more value? So back then, the dollar had more value, but also it was being heavily manipulated, and they were able to get away with the heavy manipulation. Therefore, it was, in my opinion, technically way undervalued for silver. However, now they can't manipulate quite as easy as they could back then. Because if they manipulate the price down to 30 today, oh, people are going to jump all over it. They'll wipe out the inventory instantly. Dealers will stop selling. Everybody's caught on to what's going on now. Well, not everybody. People that collect or sell or buy, they've caught on. Or even miners are catching on. It automatically charges the card on file. Okay, that's what I thought it did too. Let's see. Randy, what's up, Randy? Hope you're having a great night, a great day. T, only $50. Dang. Let's see. I made it 66, 10 months. I will be signing up for Social Security on the 21st of the month. Laugh out loud. It's going to get converted to precious metals. So yeah, I mean, I take a lot of my retirement and I put it to precious metals. I live within my means. I don't spend a lot of money. I don't know. You said you're only 50. Dang. I wonder if that means you thought I was older or younger. I'm not quite 50 yet. I'm about ready to turn. I think I'm about ready to turn 49. I was born, let's see, 78. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm about ready to turn 49. Maple Leaf Numismatics. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. Hello, everyone. Robert, okay, as long as I know that. So, Robert, you're not billed anything. You didn't give a credit card number. You just won a membership. So, and Pilo, what that does is that's a one-time payment. So when someone donates a membership, they make a one-time membership. It's almost like a super chat for the $1.99 or $2.99 or whatever it is. I think it's $1.99, but somebody said if you donate it, it is $2.99. I don't know that. Maybe that was the case. I don't know. But for him, he just donated it. For you, this membership will go on for a month, and then at the end of a month, it will cut off, and it will ask you if you would like to renew your membership. And if you renew it, they will ask you credit card or some kind of card information, payment information. I would never put my personal bank account. I would end up probably getting like a prepaid card or use a credit card because you're protected with your cards. Whereas you're not protected, I found out, necessarily if you give them your actual routing number, bank number, and stuff. I ran into that recently with I had a $4,800 charge, and they went straight to my bank account. And I was lucky because I don't keep that kind of money in that account. Anything that is an account that is a little more public, I don't give the information to. I have learned now that if I ever do that again, they said, no, you give your debit card information. That way we can fight it. But if they have the actual bank routing number in the bank account, that can be a little harder. Let's see. We're going 60, JT Land. Absolutely. Let's see. Scrolling through. Hello. See, slow and steady is the way. And that is absolutely right. Don't try to put all your eggs all at once into something. Don't try to make your first omelet with a dozen eggs. Take your time. Buy ounces, a little here, a little there. I think you'll do well. Let's see. Walks with me. I'm cooking lunch. What you cooking up good? Hopefully you got something good on the pan. Let's see. I have received a membership, and I wasn't even on the YouTube before. Oh wow, that's crazy. You sure you didn't scroll through real quick in the shorts or in the live streams? Because that's interesting. I've never seen that, so maybe, who knows? That's nuts though. Unless maybe they do it to. There's got to be some kind of rhyme or reason on how they pick that. Maybe I'll try to reach out to YouTube and ask them how they decide that. Hey, how's everyone doing? Let's see. Unknown. Did Unknown come in the room? Oh, Unknown, you just popped in. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, good to see you, Unknown. I was like, what? I didn't see that come in. Okay, let's see here. Scrolling through, a little behind on the comments, so bear with me. Anybody that is watching, know that I am behind on comments. Doing good, Unknown. How are you doing this afternoon? Robert saying hi. Unknown, hi. Let's see. The $22 was how much silver was when I started stacking. Yeah, $22. Those days are long gone. Let's see. ZZY, what's up? Throw Tsquare a bone for his effort and consider joining the channel membership for at least a few months. He spends a lot of time creating his content, and someone actually did, as I'm reading that comment. Someone just joined, I think. I'm going to see in a second here. No real complaints myself. It was $25 for me when I started stacking. Yeah, it was $20 for me when I started stacking, but I went in heavy. If you've been watching my videos, I was heavy at 15. Congratulations, Silver Solution LLC, for becoming a member. Super big thank you for that. And we're going to be giving out some phenomenal prizes this month. So we got a big prize selection going up for our December event. So actually, like I said, it's never been a better time to become a member than it is December. So trying to hit 100. If I hit 100 memberships, I'm actually going to even up those prizes to have an even bigger prize selection. Someone asked me, are you really considering doing gold for some tier memberships? I'm actually on the fence of giving gold now for 2 of the tiers because I want to promote the memberships, and that means that I'm going to be moving some prizes up and some prizes, or I'm going to be moving some prizes in. And you'll see the video later this evening. I'm hoping to get the video up with all the prize selections. I ended up picking up some cool gold stuff this past week, and some of them were smaller gold stuff that I think was really cool, and I think anybody would be happy to win a small gold coin, even if it is a small gold coin. So like I said, going to be some cool stuff coming up. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Let's see. Building out the refining shop. Everyone get ready for when I drop my 1 ounce gold and silver bars. Oh, wow. That is incredible. Definitely, when you start doing it, if you want, I'll give you a shout out. And that way, maybe it will let people check out your site if you have a website or if you're just doing it through YouTube. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel yet, but it says Silver Solution LLC. So that means you do have a limited liability corporation already set up, which means you're getting to be a serious player and in the stacking. And I mean, here's the thing. This is going to be an awesome opportunity, I believe, for silver and gold stackers. I think with the numbers that are coming down the line are going to be obscene. A lot of people are just going to miss out. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Nanya, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. Let me know, am I pronouncing that right when I say Nanya? It took a minute to try to figure out how that was pronounced. But then I was looking at it and I was like, I wonder if that's what it means, Nanya. Let's see. Silver is the best. Definitely. I like silver as the number one option. Let's see, Pilo. From what I see, you just have to be a subscriber to get the free membership and have accepted gifts, gift activated. Oh, so those of you guys that are watching right now, you may want to look into how to set up gifts activated. That way you can get a free gift. I didn't know that. That's an interesting comment. Let's see, Pilo, nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are looking for good deals. And if you know how to melt stuff down, here's the thing. I know people personally right now that have kilo bars that they would take well under spot to get rid of them because they're getting scared that when a kilo bar gets too expensive, they're not going to be able to know what to do with them. Because it's a hard sell, a kilo bar. Obviously, a kilo bar is 32.15, I think. So let's just clear this real quick. 32.15. And if you forget that, just remember 3, 2, 1, high five. That's the way someone taught me, and ever since then, I've never forgotten it. But 32.15, and the point, you just know the point goes to the halfway spot, times, not yet, about ready to say 85, 58.27 equals, you're talking $1,900 if you were to really, and $1,875 if you're just taking spot. There are people that are willing to let these go now for $1,600 just to dump them because they're so big. People can't afford them. Now, let's back this out just a little bit, and let's go 32.15 times, let's say $100. And I think silver can get to $100 easy. Who's got $3,000? Now you're basically looking at like an ounce of gold. Not quite, but I'm just saying. When gold got up past 3,000, a lot of people stopped stacking gold and switched over to silver. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's see. Silver Solutions, glad to be here. Doc, what is up, Doc? Hope you're having a great day. Walks with me. Made some stir fry. Nice. I love stir fry. So I'm trying to get more into eating vegetables because I'm trying to figure out what kind of items can mess with your sugars and what kind won't. I've been hearing everything from, oh no, you shouldn't eat too much fat or sour cream or cheese or salt. I know sugar, obviously. I was told don't eat pasta, don't eat bread, don't eat rice, potatoes. I was also told recently corn is not very good for you either if you're diabetic. But I'm trying to learn all the ropes. Someone told me salad dressing, but then I was talking to someone else, and she was telling me, dude, for the amount of food that you eat, you could eat a salad and probably a bucket of salad dressing, and it's still going to be better than a 12-piece of chicken, fried chicken. So let me put it that way. So, yeah, I'm still trying to learn, but I didn't think salad dressing would be bad. But someone else said take Greek yogurt, mix it with some ranch powder, maybe some iron powder and that type of stuff, and you'll like it. Small gold together equals large gold. Yes, definitely stack it while you can, while it's cheap. Happy Stacker saying, welcome Silver Solutions, LLC. Welcome to the team, the fam. Let's see. ZZY. Joined by PayPal, family. Yes. And family and joined by PayPal, family and friends payment to get him the most cash directly to Tsquare. Then you'll get some of the far out Christmas giving spirit too. Thank you so much actually for saying that. I don't often say that. Some people know that based on stuff that I've said in the videos. It's not something I advertise. I had a couple people that were on iPhones and they said they weren't able to join. Can I join another way? They asked me, and then they sent me a PayPal, and they did it friends and family as like a Christmas gift or whatever, and so essentially I didn't It all went to me. I hate to say it like that, but it does. The downside is, so ZZY is a member, but he doesn't have his name highlighted like the rest of the members. But on the flip side, he gets all the same perks essentially, for the most part. So let's see. You sign up for a free membership through Google. There's different ways. Hold on. So New Marshall in Town said you sign up for the free membership through Google. Not 100% sure what that means by activating it. How that works on activation. P. Lowe upgrading his membership to an obsessed fan said he believes we're going to hit 100 members this month. And like I said, I will have some bigger prizes if we hit 100 members. And obsessed fans will have a shot for the first time of winning a piece of gold. I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I said we just don't have enough obsessed fans to do it. I've already decided if we get to 100 fans, any level fans this month, I'm going to do that. We're going to have gold. But everybody will just have one entry, but the prizes will be different. For a while, I was doing extra entries for the higher up obsessed fans or super fans. And I may go back to that. But this month, if we get to 100, I'm definitely going to put something exceptional. So we'll see how that plays out. And I still might do some other stuff. Let's see. Tangled Up in Blue, what is up? I hope you're having a great day. Question: if possible, if people drastically decrease their purchases due to an increase in price, do you think there will be a time when metals will be difficult to unload at near spot? So I'm thinking for a quick minute how that could play out. I don't believe so. If you're willing to take near spot, I don't believe you'll have a hard time at all. I do think maybe there may be a hard time to get rid of 35% silver, 40% silver, 90% silver, 925 silver, because we've already experienced that. And once the rush was over, then they went right back to buying it. But that was a unique set of circumstances. What we seen was they had a week to come up with 300 million ounces or some obscene number. China kicked up half of it on loan and then bought deliverable contracts back to get their silver back in like a month and a half to keep the COMEX afloat. And the United States sold that many ounces. How did we sell it? We sold it by the spot price went up in the short run, and they said they didn't want to take anything that wasn't pure 999 silver. They upped the premiums on any big bars. 100-ounce bars had huge premiums. So, in fact, that brings me to another question. I wonder... So I was talking to one friend. He said he don't like touching kilo bars. But now that I'm thinking about it, if he got a 100-ounce bar, what made him take the 100-ounce bar and not take the kilo? I wonder if he thought maybe the kilo was like one of the 1,000-ounce bars. I'm going to have to talk to him about that now because I'm curious. Let's see. Stephen Newberry. I prefer 10-ounce bars over kilos. So, yeah, I would probably say I do too. But when I picked up my kilos, someone had them, and they said, I'll tell you what, if you want a couple, I'll give them to you for $1,000 a piece. I wasn't going to turn that down with silver climbing like it was. Now, I realize why people don't like kilos, because they are harder to trade. They're harder to sell. But if you trade them or sell them to someone that breaks them down, has a refining business, then you can do really well. He can make money. You can make money. You know, I mean, you give up a kilo bar, and in return, you get 3 10-ounce bars, and he keeps the difference. That's doable, especially if the bars come out nice. So let's see. But, yeah, 10-ounce bars I think a lot of people like. Let's see. ZZY, the big online bullion retailers are paying about 50 cents an ounce more for kilo bars recently because I think they are getting good coinage selling them to the international buyers. So yeah, that will eventually filter down to the small We Buy Gold establishments. When that happens, they will be willing to give even more for that. Let's see. And no top ramen, somebody said. Yes, that was based off of my recent comments about how I love ramen, and I'm trying to learn what I can and can't eat as a diabetic. On a bad day now, I'm running 380 to 400. On a good day, at the end of the day, I'm running like 280 on a good day. When I wake up in the morning, I run pretty much usually anywhere from 200 to 250 when I wake up in the morning. On a really good day, I woke up one morning and I was at 190, and I was like so excited. It was unbelievable. Let's see. Advice on diets, on the diet front. I can't give advice on that. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed that a couple of movie theater totes of popcorn would have been horrible. But my son said it's the butter. You put way too much butter on your stuff. He actually didn't even want to eat out of my container. He had to pour his in a bag and then let me go to town with the butter. So I didn't know that that was that bad for you, but I guess that is bad. Let's see. And maybe get on Relectide. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. A few months of this could reset your body, metabolism, weight loss, insulin sensitivity restored. I'm going to have to look about what that is. If you can go on a keto carnivore for a bit and maybe get on, I'm not sure what that word is, I'm not sure how you pronounce that word. Needless to say, I have been on the carnivore diet, and I've been trying to up my... Someone just did something. It'll take a second for me to see it. I have done the carnivore diet, and I lost a lot of weight. My goal is not really weight loss right now. It's just getting that number down. I have heard if you can fast for 3 days, you can really reset your body. So I thought about trying that, but it's hard. Let's see. Had to grab another phone. First one pooped out on me, battery-wise. Yeah, batteries will do that nowadays. Let me just see here what we got. Pilo, $2 super chat for keeping me entertained this afternoon. Thank you so much, Pilo. I super appreciate that, my friend. Let me see where we're at here. Okay, there we go. Do that. Boom. Okay, let's see. I have to grab the phone. Tarzapatide. Oh, I know why I can't pronounce it. It's some kind of a medicine, so it's not an actual word. You know, they make all these medicines with crazy names. I'll have to ask a friend about that. Let's see. Silver Solution. Retataride. Yeah, I'm guessing that's a medicine too. Way better than that other medicine. Game changer through the other GIP stones in the trash. Agonist. Yeah, I don't really know much about the medicines yet, guys. I know very little. I mean, do I have some medicines? I mean, I keep in my prepper pantry. I shouldn't call it a prepper pantry. My storage unit, my prepper stuff. I have a certain amount of stuff. Some Z-Packs, some amoxicillins, aspirins, all kinds of different stuff that I think will come in very handy if things start breaking down. I actually am having a friend of mine who's a pharmacist get me a list of important medicines that third world countries are now having a hard time getting. Because some people, if they live near Mexico, they can shoot down there, get some stuff from the pharmacy. If it's not crazy stuff, you can bring it back. Amoxicillin, that's not crazy. It's a steroid pack. But if you're trying to get painkillers, they're not going to give you that and let you bring it back. Don't be fooled. What's up? Laugh out loud. I was just listening to your old stuff and you're live. And no, you're the second person that said that today. I don't usually go live this time of the day. I wanted people that don't usually catch my live streams to be able to watch and kind of follow. So, and maybe ask questions. I stack mostly, pretty much all 1 ounce buffaloes. The local coin shops here sells them for $1 over spot. Also, junk silver is on sale right now. Yes, so those are the hot items right now if you're looking for silver as close to spot. Buffalo rounds. Sometimes you'll get lucky and they'll kick in a couple extra. Hey, if I buy 10 of these, will you kick in a couple of those? That's the common thing that I'm hearing. Constitutional silver, a lot of people liking it. So yeah. Would definitely trade for a kilo bar, and that's what I figure. Once you're up and running, who knows? I don't know where you're located, but I'm sure something will come up. Let's see, Mr. Happy Stacker. 5 and 10 ounce bars are what I like to stack. Definitely hot items. Be careful. I mean, think about a 10 ounce bar for a minute. We get up to $100 an ounce silver. Those are now $1,000 bars. A lot of people won't be able to afford that. And then from there, it could just really take off. I personally, the only reason I got those kilos was someday I thought about taking a torch to them, holding with some channel locks, take a torch, bucket of ice water, and just start melting it down until it just drips in. Let the ice melt, strain the whole thing, and boom, that's it. I've got what's called silver shot. Divisible really easy, easy to trade, easy to do stuff with, not easily recognized. I actually seen the other day some gold shot that somebody did that with, and he didn't really want it. He just it's hard to verify silver shot and gold shot without melting it down and then testing it again. Either way, 102% increase on silver this year is just absolutely insane. Can you imagine if it does the same thing next year? Not only have I imagined it, but I'm counting on it. That is a huge thing that I was talking to someone about just yesterday. I said, I expect that my stack will double in value. But then again, I expect a lot of assets are going to skyrocket. I think we are a step away from hyperinflation. I know people get scared to hear that. Some people don't want to hear that. Some people think they want to hear that. But it's a slippery slope, and I think we're already on it. Eating fried ramen is like eating potato chips. It tastes good, but it's not healthy. So I don't fry my ramen. I just boil it. I'm not sure if that is an accurate statement, but I don't know if ramen is already fried, maybe. I don't know what they are. But I take my ramen noodles and just put them in boiling water. So I don't know if that makes them a little healthier. I heard if you boil stuff, it's healthier. Let's see, Mr. Happy Stacker. Oh, well, first I'm going to say thank you again to Pilo. Thank you again, Pilo, for the $2 super chat. Can't thank you enough, my friend, for keeping me entertained this afternoon. I appreciate that. I really do. Let's see, Mr. Happy Stacker. The local coin shops here in Tulsa say they are not paying as well for larger bars. No explanation, but may just be them for now. No, that is the consensus that I am hearing on a lot of places. However, someone did just leave me a comment saying that the refineries are upping their price on that stuff because they need to get silver as fast as they can. Delivery is 3 weeks away. And are they going to have the silver to deliver? If the price goes up a little bit more, if they start upping what they're going to pay for it. And here's the thing. There's nothing saying that spot price can't be 58 and a quarter, and refineries are saying you sell us a kilo bar or 100-ounce bar, we'll pay you 59. There's nothing saying that. True price is determined by what people are willing to pay. This little fake ticker that you see that we show every day is just that. It's a fake ticker. None of us in general are buying silver, unless you just know the loopholes and the ins and outs, are buying silver for these prices. So once you understand that, you understand anything can happen. It can go both ways. The ticker thing could say $70 and people are only paying 60. Does that sting? Yes, but it can happen. The real markets are what's deciding everything, and that's what people. I should do a video. I need to write that down so I don't forget it. Real markets are what are going to define the price in the future. So we'll see how that plays out. If you can find a way to trade silver for goods and services, then kilos and 100-ounce bars would cheapen your dollar cost average. Exactly. But it's hard for me to need $3,000 in goods from someone or $4,000 in goods or whatever. 100-ounce bar. Well, shit, 100-ounce bars. $6,000. So I'm not spending $6,000 with anybody. A kilo bar, we just said, was about $2,000. So yeah. Let's see, especially if you have a way to melt it down into smaller. So anybody can melt down into silver shot. That's the first thing. Anybody can do that. All it takes is a torch that people use for pipe fitting or piping, or even the small little can torches will work. A bowl of ice and a way to hold the silver while it's being melted down. You don't have to have the fancy forge. I have a forge, but I've seen it done the other way too. With that being said, you're going to get silver shot. You need crucibles, you need molds, all that stuff if you are trying to make fancy bars that you can stamp and stuff. Where can I find antibiotics without a prescription? Don't be fooled. So here's the thing. If you ever take a trip to Mexico, you are allowed to bring back a certain amount, to the best of my knowledge. And I say that because I brought back 2 of each of like 10 different things when I came through last time. And I handed the bag to the security. He looked in there. He said, "Any pain medicine?" I said, "No." And he said, "Okay, you're good to go." He didn't care. Can you buy thousands of them? No, but people do. People do bring them. They're not supposed to, but it happens. So yeah, I'd shoot down to Mexico, whether you're California, Tijuana, whether you're Texas. I'm trying to think what the big ones are in Texas. I should know it, but I can't think of the name of it right now. There's multiple cities and anywhere. And here's the thing. Even if you live in an area where there's a lot of Hispanic people or Mexican people, you guys know I used to work for the oil fields. Well, a lot of the people that work in the oil fields are Mexican. And it's not a bad thing to say it like that. They literally when they get paid, they take their check back to Mexico. They pay the bills for the family. They spend maybe a week with their wives and kids, and then they come back here to work. A lot of those guys will bring back stuff. I had a guy that he would bring me back a bottle of tequila here and there because I was a supervisor. I told him, "You don't have to bring me anything, bro." But he wanted to give me a gift. So that happens a lot. In fact, someone gave a friend of mine a really expensive bottle of some kind of Mexican tequila, and she took it and she said, "I don't really drink. See, if you want it, you can have it." I said, if you don't want it, I'll take it, but I don't want to take it if you're going to drink it. Because I hate to say it, I just put it on my mantle and look at it. But liquor will always have value to the right people, so that's why it's worth something. Let's see. What's a Z-Pack? A Z-Pack is basically a steroid pack. It's something they prescribe you when you get sick. If you get like the flu, any of that, a lot of times if it's a viral infection, they're going to want to prescribe you a Z-Pack. But this is not medical advice. This is just from my experience. I'm not medical related. I'm not any of that. But it is a popular item that I see a lot of people like, amoxicillin and Z-Packs, because it kind of covers a lot of your everyday cold and flu, even though ultimately, in my personal opinion, the only way to get rid of a flu is let it run its course. Try to, keep your body as best you can. Some people actually will I shouldn't say people. There are some medicines that have amoxicillin mixed with zithripin or some other stuff for different things. But there again, I'm not medical. But it doesn't take much to go online, find out what are the most common medicines in a grid down scenario that people will want in an apocalypse. My theory that I base that off of is what was going on recently in Zimbabwe, not Zimbabwe, Libya. A lot of the Libyan doctors they want to leave Libya. They're leaving Libya. Why? Because they can go to Europe, get paid more money, have a better quality of life, and they feel like now their services are needed there in Libya. But unfortunately, they can't get the medicines to give people. So if I'm a doctor there and I tell people, hey, I need you to get a Z-Pak and some amoxicillin, and then you go to the pharmacy and you can't get it because either you can't afford it or they don't have it, both those, they can't get what they need. So it was pointless me telling you what's wrong with you. All you can do is the same thing you would have done in the first place. Stay home and let it run its course. So a lot of doctors are getting frustrated. So I wanted to be one step ahead of that. And so I have recently started talking to a few different people. One of my friends is a pharmacist. I kind of got him to give me a list of items that are popular and probably are medicines that most commonly needed. Think about the most common things people go to the doctor for today. And that's the stuff that I want to have a little bit on hand somewhere in my storage unit. It's simple. You put it in a vacuum pack. What do they call them? I forgot the name of the bag real quick. But then put it in a 5-gallon Mylar bucket and just let it sit there. It's got some oxygen absorbers. It's food grade. It's fine. He was telling me he read a study one day where they had literally medicines all the way back from World War II, and they were testing them. And, yeah, they lost maybe 10% of their strength, but they still worked. I mean, you're talking now they know medicines can store for 20 years. I said, well, why do you put a 1-year shelf life on them then? That's what they suggest. It's a 1-year shelf life. Why do you put a can of goods has like a 3-month shelf life? A can of, I don't know, baked beans, 3 months. But yet it keeps, I mean, and I've had baked beans as far back as 6 years expired. Some people will say that's crazy. But yeah, it's crazy because people don't know about it. They don't understand expiration dates. Like I said, though, none of this is financial advice. None of this is medical advice. It's all just my opinion. Let's see. The big bars are cool, but selling them is an issue. Absolutely. I am seeing that. A lot of people don't want to buy. A lot of the people that I help out, that I talk with, they don't want to buy it. They think they might need to barter someday. I see some people buying 1 gram bars. I think that's dangerous because you're losing too much in your premium if you're not careful. So you got to find that happy medium. And that happy medium will change over time. As the price goes higher, what used to be easy to afford, I mean, think about it. 100-ounce bar of silver, a lot of us used to be able to buy those for $2,000. Now a 100-ounce bar, you're talking $6,000. So, you know, it makes sense what's going on. At some point, an ounce of silver is going to be expensive for a lot of people, a couple $100. You know, so is it going to happen tomorrow? No, it's going to be gradual. And that's because there's too much wealth out there that they don't want all that wealth flooding into silver overnight. They want people to think they missed out on the opportunity, so they stay away from it while the big people keep buying it. A brisk walk after eating reduces insulin resistance and helps you avoid spikes. Even a 2-minute walk is beneficial. So this is something I've been noticing on days that I work outside. Some days I work outside in my yard. Some days I work inside on my computer. And some days I go and I help a friend doing manual labor periodically. And I have noticed manual labor days, the next morning my sugar is at the lowest I see. My 190 day was the day after a hard-working day, helping stack firewood. So, yeah, I agree with that. The brisk walk is probably an easy way to try to bring them numbers down. Don't be fooled. Fish antibiotics, same as humans. The government is banning the sale of them. I have been buying them for a few decades. I've actually heard stuff about that before. I don't know anything about that, but I have heard of that. But here's the thing. When it comes to antibiotics, I mean, it's too easy to just get it online or from one of these companies that they just talk to you over the phone or over the computer cam, and then we'll ship it to you. In fact, I need to find a company that maybe I could get a sponsored deal, work with them and kind of help them out and be able to get some and tell people, hey, this company seems to have good stuff. I would have to try the company out first and know that I like working with them, because not everybody can take a ride to Mexico for a vacation and pick up stuff. Let's see, could be the normie. There's always going to be people that miss out on silver opportunities, miss out on a lot of stuff. Apple cider vinegar after carb-rich meals can also improve insulin sensitivity. I did not know that. I've heard a lot of people say apple cider vinegar helps. Start drinking a spoonful, but that stuff tastes horrible and lowers blood sugar spikes. I'm not a fan of that stuff. Let's see right now. I have a forge that I bought a while back and just haven't broken it out yet. So yeah, I got a forge. Some of y'all remember I used to do the melting Mondays where I would melt stuff down. I loved using it. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. Ramen is made by cooking it in a vat of oil. Some special brands can be made by baking, but the ramen itself is a load of refined, simple carbohydrates. It's quickly broken down into sugar. Oh, so because it's quickly broken down into sugar, that's causing sugar spikes, which shoots my sugar up to 582 like it was when they looked at me. And that is not good. Okay, I see what you're saying. As opposed to slow breakdown, it would be a whole lot better because it's slowly broken down over time. That's interesting. A Z-Pak is azithromycin, an antibiotic used for bacterial infections. Okay, so not viral. It's actually used for bacterial, usually respiratory. Nice. Okay, that's good to know. Like a sinus infection. It's a common thing that a lot of times when I've gone to the doctors, they prescribed me to the point where I wanted to just go to Mexico and just get a couple myself and have it on standby. But keep in mind, I'm not far from Mexico. So let's see. Glad I could catch that live stream. It's good hearing about everyone and great info. I hope everyone has a warm and fruitful day. Keep stacking. Thank you so much, Unknown, and thank you for stopping in. We're going to be wrapping up here in probably about 10, 15 minutes anyway, so thank you so much for stopping in. Appreciate it. I found 1 grams and 3 gram with no premium. So actually, yeah, I just picked up some half grams the other day at like a $1 premium. I mean, it was pretty well spot. It's just a couple dollars, so that was pretty cool. I wonder if I moved to being diabetic because I tend to fall asleep now after eating. They say that is a good sign that you are a diabetic, or a bad sign that you're a diabetic. So if you're falling asleep, I have actually fell asleep in my car now at 2 different restaurants after leaving. One of them was the Olive Garden and their never-ending pasta bowl, and I made sure that it never ended. I joke about it because I got a big appetite, but yeah. So that's one of the things. I never did before, and last year was considered pre-diabetic. So yeah, you probably have moved up. You definitely got to watch that. I'm, like I said, I'm new to it. I've never really been a believer in this stuff, but now I'm like watching it and I'm saying I better start acting a little better on this stuff. So with that being said, this is a good stopping point. I am all cut up on the comments. Let me put that up right there. Probably going to wrap up. I thank everybody for the people that donated a membership to some lucky winner. And I thank you for the super chats. And I can't thank y'all enough. Like I said, it was just something a little different today. I wanted to be on here to catch up with people that I don't normally see on my live streams in the evening. I'm gonna head out to I'm heading out too. So I'm loving the new thumbnails, more frequent content. Keep grinding it, bud. Thank you so much, JC. I do appreciate that. Got to duck out. See you in the morning. Definitely. Thank you so much, Robert, and congrats. Let's see. Catching John Silver is the best duo right now. And Mia Orphan. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. In my opinion, there was a typo there. That was a typo. I'm sorry. I'm like, what is that? In my opinion. Let's see. Thank you so much. I definitely agree, Arturo. Let's see. Great live, bro. Thank you so much. Happy Stacker. Have a good day, T, on the live stream. Yes, everybody hit that thumbs up before you go. I know everybody's slowly filtering out now because I already said I'm wrapping up here in a second. Let's see. Go Bears. That's right. Football's about to start. So I know a lot of y'all are probably about ready to go watch the football games. I don't even know if Dallas is playing today. With that being said, gonna wrap up. Thank you all for watching, commenting. I will have a cool video up for you, something either short or a video this evening. I'll definitely have a cool video for you all tomorrow. Once the market's open, I'll figure out what that's going to be, depending on the direction. Thanks for the live stream, Jack. Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate that. Y'all have a great day. With that being said, I am going to wrap up. Have a great night and day. Enjoy the football games. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Back to the grind tomorrow. So take care, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.